Did you buy a Powerball ticket? I didn't. And I'm having thoughts about this. I'm actually kind of humored, but in a way annoyed about this Powerball craze that's going on. And so I'm about to go on a rant. You want to join me? There's a snake in the road. A dead snake in Minnesota. It's little. That's weird. Anyway. Anyway, I'm thinking about this as I stand in line at the convenience store. I just wanted an iced coffee. That's all I wanted. And I was number 6 deep in line with people buying Powerball tickets or something. I don't know what this is other than it's a fundraiser for somebody. And I've always said the only winner in a gambling scheme is the person who, or the entity that's trying to raise money. They're the only winner in it all. Yeah, there might be another winner that gets a bunch of money and it ruins their life, because that's what I always hear that happens when people win millions of dollars. Anyway, so as I stand in the convenience line and wait, because it takes 3 employees at Casey's to stand there and figure out these numbers in this machine. And then the person stands there with a handful of pieces of paper. I feel like I'm at the DMV trying to get a title for my new truck. By the way, do you like it? I'll tell you about it in a little bit. So I'm becoming greatly annoyed, and I'm sipping on this, and I'm thinking, if I get down to less than half, I'm going to go refill it and give myself a winning. Because handing $1 or whatever it cost over, that $1's gone, in my opinion. Here's the thing I'm thinking about. There are millions and millions of people across the country for many days giving $1 or $10 or $100. They're giving it away and nothing comes back because it's in the headlines. Nobody's winning. Well, maybe a guy won yesterday, or one person won. So if everyone takes $1, if you're somewhere where they say everyone who gives $1, nobody's gotten it back in any shape or form for days, are you going to give that $1? What? Yeah, okay, there's a chance of winning a billion. Hey, that rhymes. I don't know. What could I do with this? Maybe I could use it toward college and then gain educatable career. Well, that doesn't sound good. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Okay, so this camera is fixed in place. So it's my dash camera on my new, well, it's not new, it's my used truck. It's very old and rusty, but it's a pickup. And I'll tell you about it in a little bit. Anyway, I need to rant about, and not in an angry way. This is not one of those angry rants, but I'm humored in some ways and annoyed in some other ways, because I'm thinking about handing $1 over for the selfish chance to win a whole bunch more. I've done it, I've tried it, I've dabbled in, I've given $1, and most of the time I lose, so then I buy 2 or 3. So now that's 3 chances to scratch something off, or to wait for the news to read some number. I don't even know how this stuff works, but what my point is if I buy 3 tickets or 3 chances to win, that's 3 chances to be let down. 3 in a row. It's like, whoops, no, throw it away. There's garbage, goes in the recycle bin. Let's try another one. And these things accumulate in the curbs and in the grass, and they blow around in the wind and litter. This country is amazing how people are just throwing away their dollars and for some little need to win something. And yeah, it's fun, it's thrilling. I get that too. I mean, like I say, I'm not condemning people who buy Powerball. Everybody in the nation's doing it. It's a craze right now, but nobody's winning. Did you read the headlines? One person won. You can take this $1, chuck it out the window, and I have more of a chance of getting that $1 back somehow than I do winning the Powerball. I found $40 blowing around in the wind this year, and Karen found also $40, 2 $20 bills, And my daughter found some money somewhere. So we're winning. We're winning without even trying. But you know what? I guess I'm thinking that there might be, if you're giving away that dollar for a return of some sort, a financial return. Financial returns aren't the only reward you can gain. I gave $100 last year to a medical facility. Well, it's a place where people can sleep. It's like a hostel for those who have loved ones that are in the hospital. My dad was in that case. They were on the road traveling, coming to see us actually up at the lake, and my mom got really sick and they ended up in a hospital, and then she was transferred to another hospital. He had to live there for 2 weeks, and hotels are quite expensive. He stayed in this hostel, which is just a house that's run by contributions, and he had a minimal donation to give every day. I think it was $40, maybe it was 20, but the place, it costs more than that to house people that have loved ones that are sick. I got a lot more back by giving to that foundation or nonprofit organization than I'd ever get by giving $100 of Powerball ticket money and then thinking that I might win when nobody else is winning. Did you hear the headlines? Nobody is winning. Well, one person won, and they won a whole bunch. But you know who's really winning? Is the people who are running these things. And a lot of times these Powerball things benefit something good. I get that too. I went to a silent auction one time and I took a chance with a bid, and I won a fishing knife that cuts fish. It's electric, and it's a carving knife basically for fish. I love that thing. So I won that day. I took a chance and I won, and my money went to benefit somebody. I feel great about that. You know, there are some very sick people in this world and there are some very unfortunate people in this world that just they rely. No, they don't rely. They don't choose to rely on you or other people's. They don't rely on other people's charity. They didn't choose that situation, but they're benefiting from those who have a kind heart. And I'm not talking about the people that stand. Some of the people that stand on the street with a sign, I think they're at their job. They're collecting money from people that want to do good, and that's good for them. It's good for both people, and I'm not judging either one. What I'm saying is, you need to choose. Well, you don't. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to tell you what I need to do, and maybe it'll be a thought provoker. I'm not even trying to sell anything to you or try to get you to donate money to anything. Donate to the guy in the street corner. You'll feel good about that. You will. I guarantee you would. Or donate to your church, or donate to well, you don't even donate. Maybe help out a neighbor. Maybe it's your work, your sweat equity. Maybe it's something. But you know, I'm just saying that dollar I threw out the window brought me no joy, and so I'm going to throw it away on a chance for nothing. Well, what's my point? My point is, I think my opinion is when as a nation, when we're throwing billions of dollars as a society of people into a chance to win it back for yourself, and yet there's families that are losing their homes because of medical bills. That makes me sad. It hurts. It hurts to see that this is where I live. And I'm almost going to say I'm ashamed of my society. Well, I just said it. And I guess I didn't feel that way. Sometimes when you talk things out, you realize something about yourself. There's actually synapses in your brain that don't connect when you just think. But if you're talking with someone or talking it out or journaling it, you actually gain insight into yourself. Did you know that? I think that's so cool. I think that's fantastic, actually. And I urge you to journal more than I tell you to urge you to donate to something. But So I'm not saying everyone should donate. No, I am not saying that at all. I'm not saying the guy in the street corner collecting money is bad. They're not all bad. I'm not going to judge them as people. They chose a situation that's working for them, apparently. And if it doesn't work, I always wanted to stand on the street corner and say, daughter in college, needs some cash. I would love to see if that actually would work. I think it would in this town. There's 5 colleges here. Parents understand the need that their kids need money to go to college, so that's an investment, not a gamble. Well, it is a gamble, I guess, in this nation now, because, and I'm not talking about politics, I'm talking about the workforce. If you get a college degree, will it actually get you a job? Yes, eventually. We've always said, get a degree, get a job. It's that simple. I know it's not that simple. Life is really difficult. There's so many people that have gone to get their degree and gone to get a job, and they're working overtime shifts. They're giving up their lives and their overtime life and their nighttime and losing sleep, and they're getting medical bills or prescription bills that are outrageous because this nation is completely out of hand with what we're paying for medications. For insulin. Insulin is an easy thing to get, and it's overregulated for one, and yet, well, that's debatable, I guess. I don't know. I don't work for a pharmaceutical company, but I'm telling you, we all know that they charge far too much, and people are lining their pockets. They're winning the Powerball every day based on sick people, and I think that's, granted, it's okay. We get into all that, the free society, and people can charge what they want, and people will pay it. Let me get back to the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is, I'm not asking you to donate to anything. I'm asking you to consider your investment. If you're giving $1 and you're hoping to win $5, fun, and then you can use that $5 toward maybe going out for dinner that night, and you feel good about that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're investing in, you want to feel good about something, consider maybe it wouldn't be financial. Maybe it could be snow blowing the neighbor's driveway because they have something going on that they just can't do it, or injured knee. Or maybe donate your time at Salvation Army, or, well, I'm not plugging any one thing. My daughter happens to work there, but they need bell ringers this season. And maybe donate your time to just help out a child that's trying to learn to ride a bike and their parent is not available because they're working overtime to pay the medical bills. And I don't get passionate about this kind of stuff very often, but sometimes life gives you an opportunity, like I had when I stand in line for 10 minutes waiting for my iced coffee. I have it good in life. If I could stand in line and wait for iced coffee, I could just make it at home too. But it gives me time to think. It's kind of like sitting by the lake with a book, with a good book. You get time to just reflect and think. My brain started churning and thinking about just generally thoughts, not judging what people are doing, but just saying, there's resources in everyone's pocket. And I just I scratch my head because it's in the news, nobody's winning, and yet we're all giving $1 for that chance. Maybe it's just giving $1, maybe it's going for a good cause. I think our Powerball money goes to the state, why would the state what is the state doing with that money that benefits people? That's what I ask. And maybe I need to do the research. But that's what I'm urging you to do. I didn't do the research for that because I don't give the $1 for the Powerball. I don't. What I'll do is give $1 to the Salvation Army and the Red Bucket. And again, I'm not plugging that particularly. I'm just saying in my life's experiences, I've researched where I want my generosity to go. And maybe there's people who don't have generosity in various forms, and they might not even know it, but they're probably generous in a different way. Maybe they're generous at work where they'll cover someone's lunch shift so that that person can go eat. Maybe they're diabetic and they know that that person's diabetic and that they need to eat right at, say, 11:30, and they'll go cover their shift even though they're hungry. That person's also generous. I think each and every one of you watching this has a generosity of some sort, and this world expects us or demands of us to be generous, and yells at us, be generous, donate to this, and we get flyers at the end of the year. You can get tax benefits if you donate right now, and everything is right now. Those are just some thoughts I'm having. My camera is running out of disk space, or whatever you call it, file space. Those are just some thoughts I'm having, food for thought, thought provokers. I urge you to make comments. I'm going to say right away, probably I'll watch this back and think, well, I was wrong on that point, and I didn't explain that point well. But it starts the conversation, and I don't feel like I've explained myself fully, where I sound like I'm being judgmental. I'm not. I'm just actually contemplating life. And if you want to contemplate with me, do it gently, and don't judge me for what I'm saying, but maybe give your opinion, because most of the time I find that I say something in life and then someone says something back, says you're wrong, you're completely wrong, what about this thought? I learn from that, and so we can learn from each other. And if you're going to make a comment, please be nice to the other people's comments. I think we all have, when we have a partial conversation for 5 or 10 minutes, we can't complete everything. It's kind of like those financial, it's kind of like the political ads on right now. They get 30 seconds to make their point, and they sit and poke against the other person. I want to hear what you have to offer. And so that's what I'm doing on my video. I'm just telling you what I have as thoughts in my mind as I stand in the convenience store lobby waiting for my iced coffee. Drank almost half of it. I should have given myself a refill. That's a winning right there. You can donate to yourself. You can invest in your children, which I think, in my opinion, that's the number one place you should be spending your investments. Maybe not money-wise, but your time. If you have small kids, it doesn't mean let them rule your life. And I have a whole other blog on that. I think kids today are being allowed to call all the shots. TV shows give kids the power. Commercials give kids the power. But that's a different blog that I'll get ranting about. Maybe I'll sit out in the fishing boat and do that. And I'll keep it really short because it's going to be really cold. The ice is almost on the lake. It's coming, you guys. And my rowboat is sitting out there. I got to go get it this weekend, out of the water. But maybe you're going to donate your time or your efforts or your finances or resources into pets. A lot of people do, and you know from watching my channel that I value that. But invest in your kids, in your spouse, in your neighbors, in yourself. Invest in yourself. Go give yourself a break. And if that means getting a Powerball ticket because it's fun, hey, I get it. I've done it. I scratch it off and throw it away. And nothing happened. I won $2 once. I would rather throw $1 out the window in hopes that someone's going to find it and it's going to make their day. That makes me happy. So you can if you have a decision to do something for someone or to make an action, it's usually motivated by what you think the reaction from life will be, or what the result will be, what the consequence will be. It's too simplistic of me to think that the whole nation should just, instead of donating to Powerball, donating to people in need. That's really an idealistic thought, and I know that. But, and I'm not saying all of those people are wrong, but I'm just saying as I look at the news and the nation and the headlines right now happen to be that people are putting in money for a Powerball that they're definitely not. The odds are such that they're not going to win. Throw your $1 out the window. Someone will find it. You made their day. Maybe even give it to the guy on the street corner. What's he going to do with $1? He's going to add it to the other dollars maybe that people are going to be generous about. maybe it's a family in need, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe it's someone that just can't make their payment on their medical bills or their prescription bills. I think it's atrocity that people are having to pay so much for insulin, and then the healthcare system gets overburdened with that cost as well, and the rest of us pay into that pot, and it just keeps going up. I guess I'm taking on way too much right now in my thoughts as I stand at the convenience store. Hey, I said I was going to tell you about my truck. I will in a second, but let me wrap this up. Just I guess I'm not calling you to any action other than I'm just observing. I'm just observing where people's resources are going in the nation as a whole. And I can't change it. I'm not going to say not all these people shouldn't be doing Powerball. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what if those dollars are going into something more local, like helping your kids buy a musical instrument so that they can learn more about music, or maybe help the neighbor buy a bicycle, or use a bicycle from the thrift store for their child, or maybe that dollar could be used for a niece or nephew who's going to college. Out of space on my camera with my ranting on and on and on as I drove down the road, but I'm just saying that I don't remember where I left off. The camera just quit on me, but I'm just saying I'm not judging anybody. Just food for thought. I invite your comments. I think it's fun to have the discussion, and I just ask that as you reply to other people's comments, that you be respectful to their point of view, and that the conversation could go on for quite a long time, because there's a lot of aspects to what we're talking about and the ideas that we have. But you know, when you get delayed in a convenience store and you start thinking about life, that's important. And that's what that's my point, is just think about life. Think about the things that you have resources to do and what you're going to do with that time and resource. And I urge you, have dinner with your family as much as possible every day. Talk, dialogue, put away the phone, shut off the TV. The TV should not even be in the kitchen, in my opinion. Do what you want, but you want to have that time with the people who are next to you as much as possible. And then just think, that will increase and bolster when you're talking with family and friends in person. It'll increase and bolster how much you talk with them online. Ha! How about that for a thought? Anyways, actually the saying is not anyways, but it's anyway. Right, Sadie? Good girl. Let's go out and see the truck that I told you about. I needed a pickup. And I looked at new pickups, and I looked at the idea of, well, not new, I looked at used, like 5 or 7 years old. They cost $20,000, and the payments would be 5 years, $500 a month, unless they put a huge down payment on. So I bought an old truck. I bought an old Avalanche, but I need a pickup, and it's back around the corner here. It's hooked up, right, Sadie? Sadie needs some space to sit, not in the back of the bed outside, because she's getting older. That's my dog. This is the Avalanche. It's kind of pretty. But yeah, Sadie's got her kennel space back there. I show that to you first. And I've got the truck that I need hooked up to my trailer, and now I can do some work around the lake. All right, thanks for watching Frosty Life. Come on, Sadie. Come on, girl. I love that dog.